Before we start off with today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at So Avant-Garde. So Avant-Garde is a place where you can go and you can explore a wide range of niche perfumery, so much variety. They have discovery sets, they have samples, they have a lot to offer for those looking to elevate their collection, those who are curious about other things, of other qualities, of other brands in perfumery. All right, so save yourself some money. Use my code DEDRICK10. DEDRICK10 gets you 10% off on anything on So Avant-Garde. All right, so I know a lot of people are really in love with the brand of Mind Games as well. So I got something for you too. You want to head over to Mind Games and do some discovery, do some searching, do some looking, save yourself some money by using Dedrick10 as well over at mindgames.com. All right, so head over there, see what you like, see what you're interested in. I recommend sampling. All right, and then you can get you a good feel if you want to make a purchase from So Avant-Garde or mindgames.com. All right, so y'all check it out. Let me know what you guys get into, what you guys like. Let me know down below in the comments, man. And happy exploring for sure. All right, let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. It's positive energy, it's positive vibes. Y'all know how we get down here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so today, and what I do want to say before we get started, I just appreciate everybody who taps into the channel daily, man. The comments, the conversation, just showing love, man. It really means a lot, man, because in this space, man, it could get it could get a bit out of hand with people typing behind those keyboards and saying things. But I just appreciate the real ones who appreciate the content, those who are just stopping by, those who are part of the Smell Good family. I just want to say I appreciate y'all, man. So today's video, back to it. Today's video, this is just where my journey is, when it comes to fragrances. I've been doing this now, for a little while, and time really flies. And I was hooked to the clone trend, and hooked to this trend and that trend, and I finally, over the past year, really gotten into my lane, and that's what a lot of my content has been built around, and a lot of you can relate to that. So a lot of you who do rock out with the channel, we're kind of along step by step in our journeys, and I have plenty of content and I have plenty of videos. So at some point in time, I've covered quite a bit, and where I am now, man, I'm just really focused on the experiences, seeing what else is new. But most importantly, my lane in fragrances, if you had to, if I take them all away, it's just that masculine, versatile, fresh, clean, unique scent profiles, all of them. The blues, the clean, the spicy woods, that's just where we are. So today we have seven very masculine, fresh fragrances that are very versatile and get the job done. These fragrances are part of my everyday life. Me going to the office, me going to handle my business, date night, meetings, like all kind of different things. These are the fragrance choices that I'm looking to kind of represent me after I represent myself with how I'm dressed, how I'm groomed, how I articulate myself. All of those things are a part of me, and the fragrances just really top them off. So I know it's a little long-winded on the intro, but we're gonna go ahead and tap in. All right, so up first, from the house of Parfums de Marly, a recent full bottle acquisition of mine, but just a fan favorite in the community. It's been a fan favorite of mine. I've been through decants and clones of this, and finally was able to get a full bottle for a great price, and it just checks all the boxes to what this video is about. From the house of Parfums de Marly, we're talking sedley. Parfums de Marly sedley. I know it's kind of clashy with my studio light a bit, but this is fresh and clean, minty, citrusy, musky, woodsy. That ambroxan really powers the fragrance. And for me, I have a bottle of Unboxing and a bottle of ISOE Super. And if you put a couple sprays of ISOE Super, for those who say you have performance issues with this one, and don't get it twisted, I don't really care about performance. I'm looking for the experience, but if I am wanting to wear something that I know that's not the best performer, a couple sprays of that ISOE Super, and then you apply your sedley, it's gonna keep going and going and going. So great for everything. It's masculine. It's to me, it's just a great Swiss Army knife of a fragrance. And if you haven't tapped into sedley or anything that is like sedley, I encourage that for sure, fellas. From the house of Parfums de Marly, we are talking sedley. On my skin, I get a very solid, 6 to 8 hours. I'll put on that ISOE Super. It's gonna give me a little bit longer of performance if that's what I'm going for the day. All right. Up next, one of my first true loves from this house. As a matter of fact, this is the very first fragrance that I purchased from this house. One of my very first niche fragrances ever. And I still love it to this day. I haven't worn it quite some time, but I will be revisiting it very, very soon. Very fresh, versatile, and masculine. From the house of Mancera, we're talking Black Gold. Black Gold was my first ever fragrance from Mancera, and then Dedrick Bois. But what you get here, citruses, florals, woods, leather, musk. It is a unique blend that is not for everybody. I have seen some people smell Black Gold and be like, oh no. That's not my case. Since the very first time that I smelled this on a decant for my brother Said, man, shout out Tyrone Koppel, I bought this fragrance the next day after I had the pleasure of trying it out. And I always line it up to take Acqua di Gio's Profumo. Take Profumo and upscale it. Like, give it a niche build and a niche outlook. Here you go. This has the, fresh, spicy, slightly smoky, leathery, aquatic, citrusy, has all those elements that you get in a Profondo, but here's upscaled a bit, just a little bit more complex. That's what I have been comparing it over time, and Black Gold is a beast of a performer. I love this stuff. It is a unique blend from Mancera. Mancera has hundreds of fragrances, but this is one of the more unique blends. Very masculine, very versatile, and I love it, and it's very fitting to be in this video. From the house of Mancera, we're talking Black Gold. Huge fan. Like I said, this was it might have been my very first niche fragrance, maybe. It might have been, I'm not really sure. I gotta really think on that one, but I love the stuff. All right, up next, this is a beautiful fragrance, one of my favorite from the house that nobody talks about, and I just don't know why. I don't know why, but this stuff is incredible. From the house of Creed, we're talking tabarome, millesime. Tabarome, millesime. You get citruses up top. You get this fresh, spicy ginger as well. You get tobacco. You get leather. There's a musk here as well. Very gentleman-like, very classy. Don't get it twisted when you're, get your nose on this fragrance. This might intimidate some people. Smelling this profile might make you feel, oh, I'm not ready for something like that. And it's true. I've been there myself when it comes to experiencing fragrances for the first time. But this for me was love at first sniff. Great wear to the office. I love wearing this to work, especially, on those days where, you're kind of floating around with some meetings. You got to, have some conversations with some people. You just want to, you want to represent yourself in a very professional way. Here you go. You can do other things with this as well, but for me, that's kind of where I've been, experiencing this fragrance. So, this could be great for dinner. This could be nice for just a chill evening out, going to the cigar lounge. This has a lot of different things that you can do. And like I said, the citruses, that fresh, spicy ginger, the tobacco, kind of like this soft leather feel to it as well in the base with some musk. This is underrated. You can get it for a great price on discounters. And I just don't know why no one talks about it, but this definitely had to be on this list. from the House of Creed. We're talking tabarome millesime. All right, hopefully that is in focus. All right. Up next, I have something for everybody. We have some good variety, and a lot of these fragrances are very affordable online. Just depends on what your scale. But this one right here is wild. As far as the price, you can get this for around like $40–45 online. But I was very surprised by my experience. From the House of Dumont, from the borouj line, we have spiritus. I was very blown away at the quality of this fragrance. So what you get here, you get a Creativentis Hashivat blend, if that makes any sense. So hear me out. Up top, you do get this very ripe, juicy citrus combo of like a lemon, bergamot, pineapple type of fusion. That's what you get. It's sparkly, it's tarty, and it's a little bit sweet with the citrus up top. And then it barrels down into this oak moss, these woods, very masculine, but it holds its freshness throughout the fragrance. I love how this was put together. It is definitely in the vein of the Aventus DNA, absolutely. But this has different twists and turns to this fragrance that is really good. Really good for what you get, for what you pay here. It's one of those ones where I scratch my head. How can you only pay $40–45 for something that, in my mind, in my experience, easily, if I didn't know anything about this, I say this was $200 and up. I would say this is a 200 North fragrance on the price. That's how good it is. The performance is nuclear. The first time I wore it, I went nose blind to it. Like the third time or fourth time that I wore it, I started noticing it was coming back to me in my 9th and 10th hour of the day. So a journey with this one, but it is powerful. It is a good blend. It is a good quality for what you pay for. All my Aventus fans out there, Hashivat fans out there, this one is good. And check this out, man. For what you pay, you get this beautiful pressurized atomizer. Yeah, I know y'all love that. So I want, look, just in the air, that citrus. It's like bergamot, lemon, pineapple, just in the air. It's fantastic, man. Masculine, versatile, great for anything, man. From the House of Dumont, from the borouj line, we're talking spiritus. Spiritus is fire, man. It is fire. All right. Up next, a unique profile from the designer world that a lot of people scratch their head to, but me personally, I really love this stuff. From the House of Hermes, we have H24, the Parfum. What is the EDP or Parfum? I think it's the EDP. Is it EDP? Yes, it is an EDP. I know they, oh my God. So, woods, florals, yellow florals, oak moss. I think there's the rosewood in here. Some people say, which I get what they're saying, that it kind of comes off like a little bit like of a banana smell. I get it, but it doesn't smell like bananas. And I'm assuming that's where the yellow florals come into play with the oak moss and the woods in here. Very unique profile. I like to call this a designer niche profile because there's nothing else that smells like this. Nothing else smells like this. Hermes is one of the elite designer houses because they stay true to them, and I really appreciate that. So this is great for the springtime. This is where I mostly wear it. Spring and fall is where I really wear this fragrance, and when I want to be different and I want to smell incredible, or I want to smell curious, or something along that nature, where I know for a fact when I walk in the room that there's absolutely no one wearing anything close to this whatsoever, then that's the type of that's when I'm going to pull something like this out. So very masculine, fresh, versatile, and unique. All my unique fragrance lovers out there, if you haven't got your nose on this, you should. If you can't roll with the EDP, the EDT is a very lighter, fresher take on this. A little bit more easier to handle, I guess. Easier to handle. But I love both. I have 50 ml of the EDT. I have this, and I have the Vives. There it is, the Vives edition as well. Just a fan of the DNA. But this is one for sure, fellas, to look into, especially if you're looking for a unique vibe. From the house of Hermes, we have H24, the EDP. All right, the EDP. Okay. All right, up next, we're gonna go back to more affordability here, and this is something that it is a very interesting vetiver fragrance. From the house of Lalique, we have Encre Noire Sport. Encre Noire Sport. It barrels down with 2 or 3 notes of vetiver in here. Cashmere wood. I mean, it just smells powerful. Now, vetiver is solely the base of this fragrance. But what I get, well, not what I get, but when do I like to wear this? Even though it's versatile for really anything, especially if you're moving in and out of the office set, when it's like raining outside, look at me, when it's raining outside, it's a little bit cloudy, might be a little bit, you know, like I said, rainy, misty, like a little bit gloomy style of a day. I like to wear this to work around that time. I also like to wear this on a night out. Let's say you're going to get a couple drinks and you just kind of having something light before you go home after work. This is something that I like to wear like around those type vibes, because typically I also dress how I feel, yes, but if it's like raining out, I'm wearing usually some darker colors, some darker shoes. You know, if it's just that type of vibe, I'm really matching the mood of the gloominess outside, which honestly, for me personally, I think it's beauty in the gloomy day, but you know, we could talk about that later if you want. But Encre Noire Sport is one of those affordable vetiver fragrances that are challenging. This is not going to be for everybody, but it is very versatile. It's very masculine. It's no mistake about it. The vetiver here is a bit smoky, a bit earthy. I just love how this smells off of the atomizer. It's like, attention all, hear ye, I am in the building. And for what you pay, again, another $35, $45 fragrance. That's how much I paid for it on fragrancebuy.ca. When I got this about a little over a year ago, because it's always been on my list. It's always been on my list, and I was doing some shopping and I was able to snag it for a really good price. So great fragrance here, masculine, smoky vetiver, earthy vetiver, fresh. This stuff is good. From the house of Lalique, we have Encre Noire Sport. Definitely should be on this video, fits all the criteria, all right? And last but not least, probably outside of Sedley, the biggest fan favorite, and rightfully so, from the house of Essential Parfums, Paris, we're talking Bois Imperial. Bois Imperial, that's what we are talking, man. Woods, spices, unbroxen, great everyday fragrance, man. There's a little green tinge in here from the basil, but this stuff is incredible. It gets it done. Compliment magnet. A lot of people love how this smells. A lot of people love how this smells. It just gets the job done. It's one of my more complimented fragrances, honestly, as far as like a versatile scent. Because it attracts, especially when that unbroxen is really pushing off, creating that sillage and that, you know, the scent bubble around you. This is something that, man, it's just up there with one of those fragrances that if it had like an A to Z checklist, it checks everything on it, like everything on it. So great, affordable as well. Yes, this is a niche, but it is affordable, and I highly recommend it, especially those who are looking for something for the office, something inoffensive. You want something that performs a little bit. You're into the woods, you're into the spices. You know, this unbroxen push, this is something for you to look into, and had to be on this list because it meets the criteria. From the house of Essential Parfums, we're talking Bois Imperial. Bois Imperial. All right, so there you have it. 7 masculine, fresh, versatile fragrances. We could turn this into a series. Do you want to see a part 2? Because this could have been a top 10, a top 15, a top 20. It could have been. But if you want to see a part 2 of this, all of my Smell Good family members or new to the channel members who are looking at this type of content, you want to see more of it, let me know. Let me know and we can tap in for sure. So hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video. I appreciate the love and support as always. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Thank you guys for your support on this channel. I don't take it for granted. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world, it's exactly what you are going to get back. I appreciate y'all again. Peace, y'all, and of course, splacker.